Hello and welcome to my therapy session, if you can even call it that anymore. Since it just so turns out that I'm disgustingly rich and money melts all the worries away. I don't have time for sadness. That's for poor people. And if you want to become nearly as successful as me at my current age of 10, then I'll bless you with the ever working formula of my insanely neatly put robot like daily routine that I totally follow every day, and that's the only reason why I'm so incredibly rich and busy all the time. Now hold on. Busy? You Ras literally brought me here while I was working, crying how you don't have anyone to record you something. I'm sorry, my fellow rich humanoid creatures living in mansions that their parents own. That was just one of my employees. You know how it is. So relatable, am I right? Oh, so now your target demographic are rich kids, and since I am apparently employed, where my money at? Okay, so I'll start the video. Whatever, I don't even know why I hang out with this loser. At 3:49 a.m., I'm getting up to brush my teeth and go back for a nap. Nah, your ass just can't fall asleep. At 5 a.m., I'm starting doing push-ups. And after an intense workout, I'm ready to hit the shower. The only workout you're doing is this mental gymnastics. And you smell. I go for a walk before work. Because you have nothing else to do, you loser. And then I'm ready to take on the world. Through the fucking computer screen, you do. And that's exactly how I got into this place right here. With all this money I am for some reason flaunting to little kids and insecure teenagers who think they should be making millions already because some spoiled brats told them they are doing it. Okay, I'm fucking done now. It's a green screen, that's first. And secondly, aren't you literally in debt right as you speak? Pay up, dweeb! Pay up first! Stop talking when you have nothing! Stop talking when you know nothing! Stop feeding this bullshit ass narrative! You know what? I would even indulge in this fucking madness if you'd pay me up! Pay up, you fuck! Pay! Alright, so, a trend as old as time itself. I'm speaking about both faking that you are rich to get rich and get all the benefits that come with it, and also about being rich and acting like you are the second coming of Jesus Christ that just fusion danced with Albert Einstein and had Peter Drucker as their management consultant while telling everybody that you just have to follow their footsteps and you'll be successful. Completely ignoring things like circumstances, environment around people, and I don't know, the fact that not everybody knows fucking Jeff Bezos personally. Now, obviously, I was being just a bit hyperbolic there, but it's no secret this genre oftenly promotes absolute douchebaggery, inflation of ego, inflation in general, and generally just this consumptional emptiness. I have to put a little disclaimer there that I don't have anything against people sharing what they did to get where they are at. I think it's quite noble to try to help people in any way, really. In sort of a give you a fishing pole instead of giving you a fish kind of way. All I'm saying is that a lot of these people clearly don't do anything to actually help. And in fact, they could even harm somebody's chances of success, or even chances for just a happy life, which you may think is a stretch, but social media is fucking massive enough to do that nowadays. Without further ado, the best way to learn most of the time is through practical examples. So let me show you some of our test subjects today. Every day starts with mornings, so let's start with the still somehow existent morning routine genre, if you could even call it that. And look, that shit was massive for absolutely no reason whatsoever. Am I saying it's pointless to look for some kinds of schedules or create some habits for when you get up? Fuck no! Of course, that's
so
fine.
good.
I'm not saying it can't be very much beneficial for an individual. It's just that these are some fucking lies, okay? Either those are lies, or we are talking about lives of absolute order, which if all you ever want to do is make money, then I guess that's something you could possibly do, but for most people that's just not really a way to obtain happiness. And if you think you'll just make money that way and quit afterwards, do I have some news for you? Because habits are not as easy to break. And you know the other name for habits that become a hindrance in way of your happiness? It's called addiction. And suddenly that doesn't sound as enticing as before, huh? So yes, even if these absolutely insane, down to the exact fucking minute routines are true, realistically, most people would just get hurt by them, even if they led them to huge profits, which isn't even guaranteed either. While some who could be happy just because of money, or some who could break out of their habits without as much problems as others, would realistically benefit from them. It's just probably such a small minority that there's no way many of them would ever watch any of those videos. They're probably busy doing their own thing 24/7 anyway. But before I look like a insane asylum patient let loose talking about no one, let me show you two quick examples of what I'm talking about. First being of somebody successful and one of an influencer, because recorded sponsored morning routines of internet content creators were actually a thing.
So my morning routine looks like this. I wake up every morning at 5:30. The alarm goes off. I don't hit snooze. I drink my 30 ounces of water. I send out my 3 gratitude text messages to 3 people that I appreciate and I'm grateful for it that morning. I'll get my coffee, my protein shake, and my water again, and I'll attack my get shit done list. Successful people plan their day the night before. If you just wake up and you let the day or your feelings determine your day, you're fucked.
And now everybody steady thy hands, because the goat of videos from this genre is about to emerge.
Knowing that today is a brand new day and it's full of opportunity and wonder, it always stirs up my passion for impacting the world in some kind of new way. Every day I like to kick off my morning with some positive music, something that will get me in the right frame of mind. I'll go straight into brushing my teeth. Now, as most of you know, I'm part owner of the premium hair care brand called Shampoo, and today I'm actually testing out our newest hair product that we're currently working on. Big fan of staying healthy and keeping my body performing at the top of its game. If I'm in need of a boost, my wife and I like to hit up the coffee shop. Now, this is also a great spot where I like to do all of my work.
See any real difference? Me neither. It's the same completely uninspired shit made to make them more money. They are not trying to help you. They don't give any amount of fucks about what you do. The reason this trend died down with influencers is because it's so damn repetitive. And many of them were clowned for doing them. For a good reason. I gotta admit, I especially love the ones who were like,
Yes, audiobooks are like so important in my day-to-day life.
Sponsored by Audible, by the way. Are there some fine videos in this format? Yes, there are. But this should always stay just a niche for people who know what the hell they are talking about. Who realize that over-planning a life can make people fucking miserable. And if it works for you, then that's cool. Genuinely. I wish people all the best. But when you share these things while simultaneously portraying yourself to be sent here straight from the pantheon and are the gold benchmark for success, then don't be weirded out about the fact that there will be some people looking through the catalog of videos like that who are quite desperate and vulnerable. So please consider them for maybe even a second and don't feed them this shit like it's the greatest thing ever and will automatically change their life for the better. There goes our morning. And like every other fucking second of our lives to accurately describe what we just talked about. So now the next course of action is obviously getting that dough, making that bread, hustling them streets. And to do so we need the oracles, the prophets of gains, to show us the way they also gracefully paved for us, mere mortals crawling through the dirt. You might have thought it was some kind of a joke, but I genuinely believe some of these people see us that way, while others treat us like humans who they can steal money from. You may be asking why in everything that's holy would millionaires want to make money off of poor people. You know, at least in ways other than hiring, underpaying, overworking, abusing, humiliating, ignoring, lying, underdeveloping, gatekeeping, enslaving.
2 hours later.
Giving them over hours, killing their self-confidence, and firing people for doing their jobs too efficiently. Yeah, other than those widely accepted social norms, you're probably asking why would they do that? And there are two answers. Wow, isn't that becoming a fucking trend? One is that, as I stated before, they are snorting proverbial cocaine, sometimes literally, just to replace one drug with the strongest of them all, money. And reason number two is because they are not actually all that successful as they want to make you think they are. And it's time to once again show some source, each from their respective scenarios.
I guess you have to be older to afford one of the richest men in the world to give you a cameo from his 14-bedroom house on a Monday night. You surprised I'm still on the internet? Because I'm not. I knew I would take over the internet when I first went viral in 2019. I just knew, because I never share this because I'm not a podcaster and no one invites me on a podcast or thing. But I just knew from the direct messages I was getting from random people across the country and the world, I just knew that I was a legend. It wasn't like, oh, ha, 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 you know, this is it. No. It was an instant crowning of, I've never even imagined a human to be this cool.
Okay, I know this guy was talked about a lot in the past and is thankfully irrelevant at this point, but there's no better, or rather worse, person to ever show while mentioning the example of the fake it till you make it mentality that never got anything done with it. People just immediately called his bullshit out, which is just hilarious. Yeah, basically how I describe his content is that if aliens would ever find out one of his videos or posts, they'd swear he's like the greatest being on this planet. And that would be the reason why they'd mock us as much as they would. Our universal street cred would have been reduced to absolute zero. We'd be so well known throughout every realm of existence that even fucking bacteria would laugh at the mere mention of human race. That's how pathetic this is. Remember how I said he's the fake it till you make it type? Well, funnily enough, that guy apparently has a rich background. Many sources state that he married Catherine Refford, who was Jeff Goldblum's girlfriend at one point. And if you know anything about celebrity life and rich people's circles in general, that means he most probably had to be somehow rich and involved in there. And that is getting attributed to the fact he has rich parents, one of which, that being his mother, allegedly still houses him and pays for him. There's absolutely nothing wrong with living with parents, of course. It's just a little peculiar when you have rich background, were rumored to go completely broke despite all the privileges and advantages of that, and flex all that supposed money he got through this little scheme to online fame of his. I could make a whole video about this guy, but I'd do it only if I'd also find something that's quite new on him, which if I dug deep enough, then maybe? I don't know, maybe if you'd like that, but let's leave him alone for now, kinda like every woman he ever met.
It's time to stop scrolling and start monetizing. Check your screen time. Your average is probably like 6 hours. If you're spending 6 hours a day scrolling without making any type of money, without any investment towards your future, you're behind. I want to teach you everything I know about how to make money online, from the back end, from the editing side, from Photoshop, how to freelance, but also how to tap into your creative side. Because let's be honest, all you want to be YouTubers at some point in your life, and that's all I know how to do. There's the bots, and then there's the people profiting off the bots. We're going to start a Discord community too. I know it's not going to be easy, but these are the sheep. Bots I yell about. This is the clientele that give all their money to the people at the top advertising while we sit here and scroll. Do you want to waste your time and sit here? I don't know why these people are here. Do you want to sit here all day or profit off of them? Scripting, writing, live streaming, being comfortable talking in public, vlogging. That's what I want to teach you on this course.
Sell your kidney to buy my course now. I mean, what more there is to say? This is ever prevalent, and a lot of these people seem to advertise these life-changing advices and tricks to people that are not financially stable, which is so redundant and fake. I'd argue if there'd be anyone benefiting from these kinds of paid advices, it would be people already in the business wanting to make it to the next level. But they just wouldn't be exploitable enough, so let's target the desperate. We're the good guys that already made it and want others to do the same. That's all to it, no strings attached. Now pay me the monthly subscription. Alright, it's finally time to show you my main motivation for making this video. Okay. Admittedly the second biggest one after the skit at the beginning. And that's this fellow individual, Mike Black, who's a business owner and a vlogger with quite an interesting series he had years ago that nobody really ever talked about.
Well, why would they? Who cares about some dude talking about his business?
No. I'd have nothing against that. And honestly, I'd just walk by, maybe even thinking it's kinda a cool concept, if I didn't stumble around this masterpiece with such a banger of a title from the channel Leon Hendricks.
And so anyone that can't find a job, you must really suck.
Talking about Mike's experiment.
So starting on July 10th, I am going to be giving up everything I own. All my belongings are going to go into storage. I'm going to drain my bank account to $0. The lease on my apartment is going to be up, so I won't have a place to live. 2 days. 2 days. I'm handing in the keys in 2 days. It hit me today. I won't have a place to live. These pills are what I'm supposed to take for an autoimmune disease I have. This is my bench right here that I'm gonna be sleeping on tonight, so should be a lot of fun. Something amazing happened. I've been using a site called couchsurfing.co, and it's a place where people let you stay on their couch for free. Out of nowhere, like 11 o'clock, this kid hit me up and said like, hey man, you can crash here. He's 10 miles east from where I'm at right now, and I told him my situation. And he was so kind that he offered to pick me up and drive. Isaac? What's up, Isaac?
Howdy, y'all.
Isaac just drove, how far was it?
I don't know, like 10 miles?
10 miles to grab me. He even brought me food.
Listen, I considered showing my face on the internet for the first time here just to make eye contact with you while asking this question. But then realized it'd be through a screen and we'd both look like absolute lunatics, so I decided against that. But do you actually understand the concept of being homeless? Maybe there's some kind of confusion, and the definition you've read forgot to state that you don't have a fucking roof underneath your head, and you don't have a
get out of jail free card
cheat code. Oh no, just for a couple of days, sir. I'll be making enough money soon.
Being homeless sucks.
And so anyone that can't find a job, you must really suck.
This experiment makes no goddamn sense. It's like grown-ass adults playing high school kids in a drama movie with writers which average age is somewhere around the middle 50s. It's dumb. Your titles are utterly ridiculous, and no, the experiment is not about.
It's all about skills and confidence.
That doesn't prove shit when you have a person who developed these skills through the privilege of attending to one of the highest rated college programs in the world for 5 years. Yes, Mike, this info is on your LinkedIn. Is that what you wanted to prove? Really? If that's the case, then yeah, truly not everybody has those skills. Those lazy fucks! I can't stand when people complain about being poor. Why won't they spend 50k on college like my parents did for me? Hey, don't laugh. I haven't even told you the best part yet. He didn't finish that series. He fucking opted out of it. Just decided, no, actually, I'm gonna go back to being a millionaire. I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing at his health worsening, because that's why he said he's stopping the project 3 years ago. I'm laughing because it shows how fucking ridiculous this idea was from the beginning. Health issues are one of the most common things when you are at the bottom, because you don't have time nor tools to take care of yourself. I'm not sure whether this entire thing is some kind of an ego boost, some kind of affirmation that, no, I made it with hard work myself. I just put more work in than others, and that's why I'm so great. Or if he and people like him really just want the best for people, but just never got to understand what poverty really is. And I'm not going to psychoanalyze a dude flaunting his money-gaining skills over the internet. So because I generally like to give the benefit of the doubt, I'm just going to say that our guy Mike here is just criminally misguided. And should delete his channel. Okay, jokes aside, it wasn't a terrible series, okay? It's a fun idea. I just don't get the homeless angle. I don't get the started from the bottom, now we here angle. Why? My question is just why? Are you trying to feel like a savior? Because I'm going to be brutally honest with you if you're somehow hearing this part. You didn't change shit this way. This advice is not helpful to anyone who's in a situation dire enough for them to worry about keeping a place where they can warm themselves up. What you are documenting, or rather the way you are portraying it, is disingenuous and doesn't apply to those people. Yet you and your homie Leon think that you are proving your point, which is kinda sad if you think about it. It just shows how much different social classes don't understand each other. Their lives are just too different. It's something they can't even fully grasp. I wish everybody got chances like you, Mike. And I'm not taking anything away from you just because you got them. I'd really prefer the world where your angle is applicable to reality, where everybody could gain those skills, and what it would take is hard work and perseverance. But that's just not the way this carousel spins, man. It got a little too dark and real at the end here, so I'm just going to say that don't really listen to these gurus. Try your best to achieve happiness through whatever brings you said happiness. It doesn't have to be money necessarily. It can be this video, for example. Yes, I know it was a cheesy line, shut up. The video talks about another course scams, this time of the romantic type. I mean, the guy literally rates people's faces for money through a text. If that doesn't sell the video, then nothing will. Thank you for watching, and I'll be here for the next session.
I love hate comments.